how about some of the players that really impact the league overall? Because we are 20 games into the season, almost a quarter of the way through, which means I feel like we have to start talking about, we're at the appropriate point, who has really started making their case for MVP. And these are our picks, 1 to 5. So Stephen A., why did you go with Tatum at 1? Because clearly Mr. Wilbon and I, we all agreed on that.
Tatum is something special. He is a superstar, make no mistake about it. And I think that what I'm seeing right now is not just a guy that reminds me what life would have been like if it would have been him with Joel Embiid, because he should have been drafted #1 overall. But it also makes me think about the fact that at 6'9", with his ball handling skills, his ability to create his own shot, to hit perimeter shots, to be able to get to the basket, finish in the open court, what's motivating him right now is the fact that he knows he didn't play up to snuff in the NBA Finals. He's playing like a player that's on a mission, who recognizes he didn't live up to his own standard of excellence. And that is what I am seeing right now. If the MVP vote was today, Jason Tatum would be my vote.
And he fits the argument of best player on the best team because they have the best record, 17-4, the Celtics. But then there's another argument, right, about having a sensational season. And there was one notable omission that I noticed on yours, Mr. Wilbon. There's no
Are you coming after me on this?
Just a little bit.
Somebody need to.
Thank you. I'm going to switch
tell you
gears.
why.
Okay, talk to me why Luka Doncic is not on your
Because
list.
Luka Doncic, half the time his team is on defense, he's arguing with the official. He's doing other stuff. He's pouting. You know, I understand he may have some reason to pout. Stephen A. and I were talking about that earlier about what didn't happen on his team in terms of personnel in the offseason, who they didn't sign. But Stephen A., when you cannot or don't impact the game defensively, you cannot be in the top 5 of the MVP. I know Luka Doncic, if I was selecting today, and Jason Kidd did a great job last year getting him to focus better later in the season, but he doesn't impact the game like Ja Morant defensively. He doesn't impact it like Jason Tatum. He doesn't. And you can say, what about Steph Curry? Steph Curry may not be a dominant defensive player, but you know what he is? He's plus 150.
And their team is team defense oriented.
And Luka's plus 50. There's a gulf between them. And Steph Curry's earned the benefit of the doubt over the years. Luka, when he doesn't impact the defense, is disinterested, almost James Harden-like. He's not getting an MVP vote from me until he changes that part.
Allow your little brother, Stephen A. Smith, to remind you of my brilliance. Why am I so brilliant? Because I know how to listen to those who are. I know I'm not, and I listen to those who are. I stand corrected. I should have had Steph Curry on that list instead of Luka Doncic. But I will say this in Luka's defense. He is asked to do so much. Jason Kidd openly admits that. And whereas people don't consistently show up for Steph Curry, so it's one guy one night, Wiggins one night, Clay the other, somebody else the other, right? In the case of Luka Doncic, night in, night out, it's consistently always him. The Dallas Mavericks haven't given him any help on the roster. They haven't given him any help in the front office this year. Christian Wood hasn't been what I expect him to be. Jason Kidd gives him help. But I'm looking for somebody else to help.
But one guy that can sort of walk his way into the MVP conversation has to be Anthony Davis.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.